Hello, good morning, and welcome to the veg garden, the raised bed area where we've been growing all sorts of interesting things over the last season. This is kind of a transitional time in the garden because some of the summer stuff is ending, but we've already started planting some of the winter stuff, and we'll have a whole video dedicated to that in the near future. But today is all about chilies. Now, in the raised bed behind me, you might just be able to see a few chili plants which have gone a little bit wild. We planted these around March, April, something like that. We bought the plants from a local garden centre, stuck them in the ground, and basically forgot about them. We have been harvesting the odd chili here and there for curries and Thai dishes, Vietnamese style, and just generally when we want to spice up something like a pasta sauce. But they have been cranking out chilies, and we haven't really done like a mass harvest. So today we thought we would deal with this small chili problem that we have and turn them into some sauces. So first up, let's take a look at what we've got and get to harvesting. So we've got a few different varieties, and they're all a bit wet because we had some rain yesterday and they've all started falling over. These ones are cayenne peppers, and many of them are nice and ripe, but we've still got some green ones. We may harvest the green ones as well because they're just as good to eat. We've got some piri piri. We've got a couple of varieties of piri piri. These ones are not very spicy in my opinion, although I've not tried one recently. We've got another piri piri here, similar but different, slightly smaller and fatter than these ones, which are a bit more long and thin. These almost look like bird's eye chilies, but I don't think they are. There's another cayenne here, though they don't look as ripe. This guy here, there's two of these plants. These are padron peppers, and there's a mixture of kind of normal padron pepper size like this, and then some slightly bigger ones, and then some like these ones in the back that have gone red. And I've always had padron peppers like bought from the store or at a restaurant that have been these kind of small green ones, and they're quite sharp and bitter, lots of seeds in them, and you often char grill them in a pan and serve them with some salt on the top as a snack. Very, very popular here in Portugal and in Spain. And I was told that if you leave them on the plant, of course they get bigger and eventually they turn red. But when they're very small, they're not very spicy. But when they do get bigger, they become really quite hot, surprisingly. And I think one day I chopped some up to put in a salad, not knowing this, and it was really, really spicy. So we have pretty much stopped eating them as padrons, let them go. Now they're more like a jalapeno style in terms of size and spiciness. And we're going to use some of these in the cooking today.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Even just the red ones.
I wonder if the plants in the middle here are not going to have as many red ones just because of the getting the light to them.
Yeah, next time we need to
space them out a bit more.
Space them out a bit more.
I think we've got most of the red ones. Still lots of green ones left, particularly these cayenne down here. And there's some nice small padrons that we might be able to get a more conventional padron pepper dish out of, which would be nice. And that is our winnings for the morning. And these as well. Right, let's get all this stuff up to the processing kitchen. Alrighty, welcome to the temporary processing kitchen where we're going to deal with all these chilies. And we really like spicy food and particularly Asian style food. Thai, Vietnamese, Japanese, all of that kind of stuff. But it's really hard to get some of the classic ingredients for those things here in Portugal, or at least where we live in the interior. So we can't get things like fish sauce, rice vinegar, sweet chili sauce, Sriracha, and other things like that. And whilst we can't make all of those things today, we can certainly make some of the chili sauces. So that is the plan. We're going to make some Sriracha, we're going to make some sweet chili sauce, we're going to dry some chilies for Chilli Flakes, because incredibly I can't find Chilli Flakes anywhere either, and Kylie's going to make something special with basically whatever is left over. So let's get cooking. Look at that colour, beautiful. So we just loosely put the lid on top and set this aside for a week, stirring every day to let it ferment. And then we'll come back and finish this off in due course. So can you tell us a little bit about what you're making?
People in the canning world rave about this. Apparently it turns the peppers into a dessert. It's actually classified as a dessert.
What's it called?
Cowboy candy or candied jalapenos. Someone in our club actually says they think that it originated from Mexico and it's like a dessert for kids. before sweets existed. I'm smelling it and I'm just like, I'm not too sure what all the fuss is about, but I guess we'll see.
It's like a pickling brine to begin with turmeric and vinegar and probably some sugar.
A lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar.
And that's what makes the candy part of it, the syrup part of it. I don't know. This recipe called for 250 grams and it was only going to make a small amount, and I've quadrupled it. And now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't, because what if we don't like it? But everyone raves about this stuff, so
hopefully it's good.
Hopefully it's good. So you can make this and just put it in a jar. They advise you to leave it for a week and then you can eat it. I'm going to actually water bath it because we're probably not going to eat 4 or 6 jars straight away, and I want it to last through till next summer. I'm just hoping that we like it, because otherwise that's a bit of a waste, isn't it? We'll eat it anyway. We'll turn it into sweet chili sauce if we don't like it. We'll see. We'll come back and tell you what we think.
Yeah. And why are you water bathing in the pot next to you?
Oh, so our electric water bath canning machine stopped working. I'm trying to organise to get it repaired or replaced. So in the meantime, I just use a pot of hot water. I think I might need to wash up some more jars. This is not how it looks in the photos. We'll see. It needs to... So these are the ones that I've just hot packed into here because our pot doesn't take these. And so these will just go into the fridge once they've cooled down. If they seal, then I might just leave them, but I'll probably just put them in the fridge anyway. You need to leave them at least a week, and then the sugar infuses into the chilies, and apparently that's what makes them the candy. We'll see. Yeah, jury's out on that one. I'm not too sure.
Okay, it's been about a week or so. I've actually forgotten when it was that we last did this, but our Sriracha sauce is ready. It's been fermenting nicely, and our dried chilies have finished drying. I think it was something like 2 days on and off with the dehydrator. We like to use it when the sun is shining so we don't use too much electricity, but they are now nice and crisp, and so we are going to put them into some glass jars to preserve them and turn it into chili flakes as needed. You're almost finished.
Yeah, you talk too much.
Okay. They look good.
They do look good. Some are dried more than others, so let's see if you can get a shot of that.
Yeah, okay.
That one's really crinkly and shriveled. These are still dry, but just haven't shriveled up as much.
Okay. So there we go. It is, the light in here isn't great, but there we go. That looks pretty good. That is about 2 plants worth of these tiny chilies. So whilst we finish putting the dried chilies in a jar, I'm going to crack on with the Sriracha. Oh, look at all those bubbles. Nice. That smells amazing.
That's what you say about everything.
I know, I love food. So if you're an observant person, you might recognise that our Sriracha is in a different vessel to what it was in before. It was previously in this big jar up here, which has now got another batch of melon fizz in it, and it kind of overflowed a little bit because all of the gas released during the fermentation, the lacto lacto fermentation, lactobacillus, I don't know, something like that. Kind of pushed all of the chili pulp out the top of the jar. So we quickly put it into a bowl, and that was much better. Oh, it smells good. Shush. So you don't get any seeds and stuff go through. No. Pass it through. And get a smoother sauce. So do you like this? Yep. Cool, there we go. That's a lot of chili stuff. So we've got 3 jars of the sweet chili sauce. They're all about 300 ml each. We've got the 6 jars of the Cowboy candy. Jury's still out on what that's going to taste like. Although we did recently use the leftover syrup to do a sweet and sour chicken, which was very, very tasty indeed. We've got 2 jars of the dried chili, and then a little bit less than a litre of the Sriracha. But a nice bonus with the Sriracha is that there's all this paste left over. I've never made any of these things before, so I didn't really know what to expect, but when we've pressed the fermented chili sauce liquid stuff through the sieve, we were left over with this, so why throw it out? Put it in the fridge and can use it as more of a paste than a sauce. The Sriracha is a little bit thinner than the stuff that you would typically buy, which I don't mind, but I guess I could cook it down a bit to reduce it if we wanted to thicken it up a bit. Or maybe add some corn flour like we did with the sweet chili sauce. But I'm just going to leave it for now. This is a lot of food, but this is just the chilies. We've had loads of tomatoes, aubergine, courgettes, cucumbers. We've made all sorts of stuff. And so next week I think we'll be able to show you some of that as we kind of wrap up a few things in the garden. But I think that's it for now. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.